All right, look at this herb garden. It has each plant labeled, just ready for the homeowner to pick basil or chives or whatever for the night's dinner. Those pictures and those beautiful plants belong to someone at the table.
Who is it?
The gnome. I would have to guess.
Would that be? Could that be Tim Buckley?
I believe
Yeah,
it.
these are old pictures. Now it looks all overgrown, but it did look nice at one point.
It did.
And delicious, too.
Okay, I mean,
Yeah.
your basil's still going.
It's about this tall.
Really?
Yeah.
No joke.
Wow.
Basil's really big at this point, so if you want any, I'll
yes.
bring in a bag to
want
the
some. That would be
station.
yes.
You make
So
them
it
custom.
was the first time you've ever done that?
I mean, I started it last year.
Okay.
You know, kind of kept it going, and some of
Okay.
them die off in the winter, and some of them survive.
Okay. Well, if you use certain herbs, like Tim does in his cooking and things, there's a push right now for folks to plant their own herb gardens, and here's why. In Consumer Reports testing, roughly a third of the store-bought spices that they looked at contained enough potentially dangerous heavy metals like arsenic and lead to raise concerns when regularly consumed in typical serving sizes. The three most problematic store-bought herbs: basil, thyme, and oregano. Good news is these same herbs are easy to grow, metal-free.
Buy potting soil with a seal from the Organic Materials Review Institute to be sure it's been assessed for heavy metals.
Herbs grow well in separate pots with drainage, so place a few stones in the bottom of a pot that has a hole in it. To dry and store your herbs, wash and dry the leaves thoroughly to avoid mold. Place them in a paper bag for several weeks, then store in an airtight container where they can last a few years. You can speed up the drying process using a toaster oven, air fryer, or even a multi-cooker set on the dehydration function. I know,
Very
there's all these
cool.
different ways to do that.
Yes.
Now, here's my question. Have you ever dried your herbs?
No, I didn't know you could do that for a couple of years.
For a couple of years. If it's in an
Wow.
airtight container, you know, don't be just leaving them all out there and all that kind of jazz, right?
You're gonna get sick.
Maybe that's my problem.
No.
that-
All right, one
just leave
last
them
thing. We all have spices and herbs in our pantries, right? And they are a bottle or whatever else. How long have they been there?
Some of them
my
probably a
gosh.
few years. I've traveled state to state with some of those spices.
Easily,
so
easily years.
maybe 7 years.
For some of them.
7 years.
I don't know. There is a bottle of like something from grad school, I'm sure,
That is
that
so
has traveled with
Okay,
me.
if it's not fermented, do not keep that. Anyway, so, you know, for a while they say they will last 2 to 4 years, but they say,
Okay.
you know what you should do? Give it the sniff
Oh,
test. Kind of
okay.
like the milk, right? And if you can't smell the herb or the spice,
Oh,
you got to
it's
toss that
lost
mess.
its
Okay.
potency.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Yes.
Interesting.
The old sniff test.
I would say there are some herbs that taste great dried in the little can from the store, like thyme or something like that's fine. Basil, if you ever get a jar of basil, it's garbage.
Yes.
It does not taste like basil. You have to get that fresh plant to get that good flavor
That's
for
right,
some
and
reason.
cut up those leaves.
And
Yeah, that's right.
sometimes it's cheaper to buy one of those tiny little plants at the store
Yes.
for like $3. Even if you toss it, it's almost cheaper than buying that little.
You're
dried
right.
up.
Good
You're
to
right.
know.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
$2-3.
Yeah, because you make all kinds of like Italian foods with
Yes.
the
I
basil.
do like the basil. It's good for pesto, or just on top of make it
love
look pretty
pesto.
for Instagram.
I like to make a frozen pizza and be fancy and put the basil.
Put the basil
on
on
top.
it, yes.
When I took it from your house, that's what I did with it.
It's aromatic. Yes.
Fancy,
Very good.
friends. All right, we'll be right back.